Hey guys, we've decided to do a special boat tour video now that we've been living on board for a year and have done a lot of work to Kalli in that time. I hope you enjoy the video, and if you have any questions, let us know in the comments.
Kallisto is a 1987 English-built Prout Snowgoose Elite catamaran. She is 37 feet or 11.3 meters long and 4.85 meters wide. Thanks a lot to our patrons, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hello everybody, we are in Mahon at the moment and we are expecting our first guest of the season. So Kara and I have been cleaning the boat and the boat's looking pretty sharp. So we thought it might be a good time to do a little boat tour video now and show off some of the jobs we've done so far and what we still have to do, and yeah, how we live and just the layout of the boat and how we've changed it for ourselves to make it more comfortable. When we bought it, it had been parked for a few years and pretty much just left, so it was in quite a bad state when we got to her, and we've been working on her non-stop. The boat originally is not an owner's version. Those of you that might know these boats will know that on the owner's version, the forward part of the main salon is actually built to be a bed, and we converted that ourselves. But anyway, we'll show you all of that. But yeah, off you go inside, have a look.
So yeah, this is our saloon bedroom. Yeah, there's a sofa, Pablo's bed of course.
Pablo sleeps down there.
Yeah, and our bed, and that's like one thing Dev actually built before I even came on the boat. And that was really important. We wanted to have a big bed, especially in summer when it's getting hot. So we converted that. It was a sofa and a table till to the end. And all at the back there you can see we have our clothes. That's where we store, that's all our clothes we own. Here for laptops, books, whatever storage we need. And under the bed you can lift, there's everywhere storage room still as well. We have mostly our shoes and I don't know, yeah, it's a bit of a mess, maybe you shouldn't film that.
That part's not so neat.
This table you can fold open, then it's double as wide, so you can actually, everyone can sit here and can eat together. Yeah, but we mostly have it folded down because we have to walk towards bed. The owner version would be open over there, so there would be stairs over there, but yeah, because we did it by ourselves, that doesn't exist. So let's go down here.
This is now on the starboard side.
Yeah, down in the hull. So I'm standing in the hull right now. This is our galley. We have here a little oven we can use to make bread and pizza and whatever. Then here, that used to be the fridge. We put it up, it broke, so we couldn't find another fridge that fitted in here. So I made some nets, so we have some fruits, vegetables, potatoes. They can't be in the sun because we have some nets outside as well. Yeah, that kind of stuff we have in here. And yeah, we're gonna make it a bit nicer still, but yeah, that's for later. Then in here, okay, I'm doing a bread. Here we have gas. That's what we mostly use because we are actually always on anchor. We would have down here some induction stoves, but yeah, that only if we import or when we were in the French canals and we could plug in the evenings. Otherwise we can't use that because we don't have a big enough inverter. There's our, a bit messy, all our spices. We can close it that nothing falls out. All the cups in here as well, closable so nothing falls out. Here, I don't know, rice, food, whatever, some more plates, pans, cleaning stuff. Yeah, just everything. Then in here, that's our pantry, which is renovated here. There's still the trims missing, but otherwise we completely redone that one. Yeah, at the back we put, that's the new fridge. We put it in there so you can open it, get into that fridge. Here we got a lot of boxes with extra food, filled with everything. Dog food down there and other stuff. Underneath the fridge, there's our spare main and spare Genoa. And behind the fridge, there's our spinnaker, so we can open it from that hatch directly onto the deck, from that hatch there. And our additional solar panels for in winter when our big solar panels don't make enough.
Originally this cabin used to be a double berth, so that used to be a berth and a bed, and then that used to be a bed, but it was quite small, and we just decided, because we are kitting the boat out for us to live on, we just decided to convert that cabin into a bit of a storage cabin.
And that's where my pot for my little planty you see everywhere in a boat, that's where it lives. So this side,
this is now starboard aft.
It's our guest cabin, also freshly renovated. Look at that nice wood here on the side. Yeah, it's a double bed now, but yeah, we thought for us to live permanently on it would be too small. That's why we decided to make the bigger bed. Otherwise, yeah, here with like little to hang stuff up.
That's pretty much our only guest cabin, because yeah, we just found we living on board, and to keep things comfy we try and limit it to 2 guests at a time. But I mean, if it's close friends of ours, then we can set up the benches here or whatever, you know, we can make plans for more.
About headroom, you can see if you're on this, if you stand here in between, because we often get the question about headroom. If you stand here, I can't stand, but you can stand in the middle, then it's good. Of course, if you're super tall, not gonna work. And in the hulls, I think no one's gonna have an issue.
Hulls are, yeah, I'm 1.80 m, and I've still got that much.
Yeah.
There's still a bit of stuff lying around. We're not perfect. And for everyone that's watched previous videos and caught a glimpse of this boat, you'll attest to the fact that this is pretty good. But anyway, this is the Nav Station / tool station. So this is where I get to keep all my tools, and the switch panel is here. And then this is all where we do our navigation if we're using paper charts, which to be honest isn't very often. But if we're doing a long trip overnight, we always have a chart open. We write down our position every hour so that we can just keep tabs on things if something was to go wrong. But yeah, this is extendable, so there's enough.
Bit dirty there behind it.
Missed the spot apparently. But yeah, that's extendable to fit a whole chart. And then here, this is where we store all of our charts, just in there. Over here is just a switch panel for when we connect to 220, when we connect to shore power, so that's a little bit dusty these days. And then we've just got a few bits and pieces, like here is basically just bosun's locker, pretty much, all screws and paint brushes and paint stores and blah blah blah. In here I keep all the sail stuff. So that's our little sail locker. We've also got shackles in there and spare blocks and sail repair tape and all that kind of stuff. Manuals corner. Over here, manuals and how do I fix things when they break books. And over here we've got a little SSB radio too. We haven't actually used this yet because for long trips, when we're going to be far away from help, we've got a little Iridium Go which we use, which is just basically satellite communication. So I mean, in one sense it's silly to have this and not have it hooked up and working, but realistically we've got a long list of other things that we need to do before we get to that. And then this would be the other double cabin. But we have converted this into our storage cabin. It's a little bit chaotic at the moment, but in here we've got our engine spares, guitar, stand-up paddle boards, kite boards, wetsuits, like spare bedding, a whole bunch of equipment. All this like building material stuff is just because we literally finished doing that starboard forward cabin like the day before yesterday, so that's all still going to be sorted through. But yeah, this is pretty much our storage cabin, our toys cabin. Yeah, it was 1-to-1 exactly the same as the guest cabin, but yeah. Okay, so here we have our head. Yeah, this is pretty much where we hold the most important meetings. Quite a simple setup. New toilet that we put in when we got the boat. We replaced all the plumbing. That's in previous videos. We might link it up there if we don't forget. Behind here is our holding tank. So sorry, let me not say when. All the time we pump into the holding tank and then we get it pumped out. Anyway, I'm not going to go into too much detail about that so I don't get myself in trouble. This was one of Caro's requests, a nice big cabinet
with a nice mirror.
And inside over here, this is also a work in progress. Haven't got there yet, but this is meant to be a wet locker. So you can hang wet things in there and they'll drain into this bilge where it gets pumped out. But for the time being, we use it for lines and we use it for storage. Yeah, like I say, eventually our water maker is going to go there. We've got a water maker and I plan to install the membranes here. Just so that there's enough space to get them out when we need to change them. This is a cool little addition that we just got, a little washing machine. Perfect for summer, just do little loads every few days. It's going to be great once we have the water maker. Yeah, so our
close
shower,
the door and come in with you.
Basically, here's our little shower head, so we can just choose if we're going to send the water to the shower head or out the tap. And then we just hook the shower head up over here on the back of the door. Yeah, and we got hot water when the engine runs, but at the moment we don't have hot water any other way. That's just a temporary thing. We're coming into summer now, so we've been swimming a lot and keeping clean in the sea. Otherwise we just fill buckets with hot water and just come in here and have a little bucket bath. It's been good. It's been humbling. It's been great.
Yeah, and we still have like that. We can kind of close it, maybe show it, so that not everything's getting wet.
Just put this across.
Get over.
Like so.
So. And we could even shower both together in here.
Ta-da!
And this, of course, it's still the insulation. That's another job we haven't got to. We gonna have to find something. We also want these wooden panels, but we need to get a waterproof one because we shower in here, so it's gonna get wet.
In the cockpit, we have this whole bimini enclosure is quite new, which has absolutely been a game changer for us because it's just made this space so much more usable. And if you have a Prout and you don't have a good cockpit enclosure, I highly recommend you get one.
It's one additional room.
It's another whole room to chill in. Like we use this, we out here way more than inside.
Especially in winter.
Yeah, where you can close everything and it stays nice and warm. Here we got the helm, nice big steering wheel with our autopilot, instruments, we got radar. We got a depth sounder here. We have got wind instruments over here. This is just kind of like a central display which can display different bits of information all at once. Autopilot control. This is a secondary autopilot which is actually not working at the moment. And this is also our little mascot. He helps me keep an eye on when things are getting a bit crazy. And a little penguin that we inherited on the boat that I didn't want to throw away.
No, can't throw that away.
But yeah, this is a very old kind of speed or computer trip log type thing that we also don't use. And of course our chart plotter. We use this as pretty much a secondary means of navigation. It's always on when we're traveling and when we're at anchor, just so that we can see how we've been swinging and we can see if we've been dragging. But when we're underway, we have a tablet over here and we run Navionics, and that's pretty much our primary. I know it shouldn't be, but realistically it is our primary source of navigation. And then the chart plotter together, and then we got the charts if Kakas hits the fan. Underneath here is the fuel tank, and in the cockpit we've got these two bits of storage. So under here is kind of like our hose just to get fresh water and bits and pieces of cleaning things. And inside here is kind of like all my engine servicing bits and pieces, like just containers and rags and two-stroke oil and all that kind of stuff.
And that's all the cushions, so you have it nice and comfy. And here we've got quite a big swim platform as well, right after the cockpit, which is pretty cool. So you can, when you come out, get everything wet here and not in the cockpit. On here we always got some additional fuel never know if we run out of fuel, so we've got that. My tomato plants still have to grow. Here is where our dinghy engine goes when we're on the way. Put it up there. Our fishing rod, which hasn't caught much yet. Here we've got a little inspection hole hatch to see the drive leg, if it's up, if it's properly down, if it's cooling, whatever we need to see down there. Safety island.
Life raft.
A life raft here. Hopefully we're not going to use that. And of course here a barbecue. It's nice. It's normal gas domestic barbecue, but it holds good with that cover. It's not too rusty, it's still okay, and if it was super cheap. Here, that's also, I made some netting. I made them by myself, hours of work, so we can have some fruits and vegetables out here, and they last a bit longer than inside there where the fridge used to be. And of course solar panels up there, and in summer these 2 solar panels are plenty enough for us. In winter we have 2 additional in front, but for summer that's...
So these are 160 watts each, and there's 2 of them. And we actually built the solar arch ourselves.
And the engine.
I don't want to open it because it's pretty dirty in there. It's another area I haven't cleaned. It's a Yamaha 3JH3E. It's a 40 horsepower engine. It's perfect so far. It's been getting us everywhere. Every time we've needed it, it's got us out of some pretty hectic situations. Yeah, Yanni we call him. Of course, some bicicletas.
Oh, here there are 2 more additional solar panels actually.
Yeah,
you were lying. We have 2 more here.
These ones are 45 watts each, but they're very old, and I'm not too sure how efficient they are. I don't think they're very efficient at all. But they're there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the hatches. Seen a bed.
Yeah, and then up here, another thing we really like about this boat is the deck space on here. It's awesome. Like, I mean, obviously not compared to like super duper new catamarans, but still for us it's absolutely perfect.
Yeah, perfect for a little workout, a little stretch off the run.
Yeah, and then up here there's just 2 lockers. So this one is our gas locker. It keeps our gas, our petrol for the dinghy, as well as all our extra fenders and that kind of thing. We've also got a few more extra lines and things in there. And then up that one right up forward is just our anchor chain, and we've got a spare anchor in there, our anchor locker.
Let's show you from here. Yeah, so that was our Kalli, our boat.
Beautiful Kalli, our home.
Yeah, exactly. Super happy with her.
That's the general layout of it. We've still got so much we want to do. We have done so much on this boat.
Yeah. Never ending.
You could probably see a little comparison on one of our earlier videos. I did a very quick walkthrough when I first got to the boat. But yeah, that's how we live.
Yeah, if you have any questions, put it down in the comments below. Totally. We're gonna try to answer all of them.
We will answer all of them.
Not that there would be that many.
we get about 6 each video, so
still takes us a week to answer them. But yeah, we will answer them.